Happy to be joined by the 11th ranked welterweight, although he should be ranked a lot higher. Geoff Neal joining me here on the program. Jeff, how's it going, man?
It's going good. Going good. Just getting done with the gym. Thank you for having me on.
No, of course. It's good to talk to you. We haven't seen you in a while. Of course, you last fought in December, but at the time of recording this, Mike Perry's fighting before you, and that's the last guy you fought. Why haven't we seen you in the cage for so long?
I'm just in I'll tell people like I'm in purgatory, like in my career. You know what I mean? I'm ranked number 11, not in the top 10 yet. Don't have like a big following behind me, so everybody that I want to fight doesn't want to fight me because I'm a big risk. I'm somebody that knocks people out. I'm dangerous for their stock, so I see why they don't want to accept the fight with me. But it's still bullshit. You know, I need to get paid, so sitting out here just waiting. Like the only person behind me that I would be willing to fight is Vicente Luque, but I don't know how long he's going to be out. And when I fight Vicente, I want it to be like a main event because me and him will be a great fight. You know, I don't want to be somewhere like lost in the like the prelims or something. Like, but me and him fighting needs to be something that everybody watches, that everybody can see.
So is he injured right now? Because I remember when he won his last fight, he actually mentioned you as a name. It wasn't like I got to fight you. It was like, you know, he mentioned you though out of respect.
Because he knows it's going to be a good fight, and I feel that.
Yeah. So the latest is that he still needs time to recover. Is that what you're hearing?
I don't know. He said something that he was going to take a couple months off just to relax because he's been going at it for a while. So I understand that.
Okay.
It's probably good for his brain because he gets into these wars, so he probably doesn't need to let his brain recover a little bit.
Who has turned down fights with you? Are you allowed to say like what's been sort of the developments, or at least like how many opponents have you had to go through? Like it seems like there's been a lot.
I'll tell you who I've been trying to fight. I've been trying to fight Michael Chiesa and Santiago Ponzinibbio. Whether I don't know all the details, whether or not they were offered a contract or whatever, but they know I want to fight them. I know that, but they both never want to respond to anything I say. Like I know you hear me. I know you see me. I know you see all the tags. I know you see all the mentions. Like, don't sit there and act like you don't see me. But Michael Chiesa, he actually made like an interview talking about he didn't want to fight me because I said he didn't want no smoke. Like, you know what I mean? Like, first of all, I didn't say that. That was somebody else that said that shit. But for you to be like, oh, you don't want to fight me because of that, that's trash. Like, that just lets me know he's probably scared. But it is what it is.
No, that's a little bit odd there. Now, are you negotiating directly with the UFC, or do you have a manager who's sort of dealing with your fights and in terms of matchmaking?
My coach is my manager, and he deals directly with them, and I trust him.
How many opponents total would you say have you looked at trying to fight and it hasn't panned out? Is it more than two?
Just I would say 3 because I want to fight Wonder Boy, but I doubt that he'll take that fight. Like highly doubt, just because you know what I mean.
Did you anticipate this after your last fight?
No, I didn't. I never anticipated that at all. Like when I got into UFC, I was like happy because like I always had a problem back in the regional circuits of people like not wanting to fight me. So I thought UFC was gonna be a little different. You know what I mean? I got the best fighters in the world. You know what I mean? They're not scared of shit. They're just ready to fight. Nope, same shit. People they back in the regional circuits, nobody wanted to take a loss because they wanted to get the UFC. Now you're in the UFC, nobody wants to take a loss because they want to get the belt or they want to keep their money going. So the same shit, just different promotions. You know. That's
crazy. What does the UFC think of all this? Because I'm sure they want to get you back in the cage as soon as possible.
I really don't know what they think. I haven't talked to nobody directly. I know Sean Shelby's been really trying for me. So something's going to come. I'm patient. You know, I'm not in any rush. Like I said, I'm getting better. Something's going to fall through, and it's going to be the perfect fight at the perfect time, and I'm going to be ready for whatever comes my way.
What's Safe saying about all this? Because I'm sure he's frustrated. Again, he wants to see you continue to move on in your career as well.
Yeah, like I said, we try to keep ourselves on the same page. We communicate a lot about our feelings on who we want to fight, when we want to fight, and we both were frustrated, but we just at the point where like, hey, we just gonna have to wait maybe until August, maybe until end of July. You know, we don't want to sit there and pester like the UFC, like, hey, we need to fight, and then we get a fight that we don't want at the time that we don't need. You know, so we're patient. We'll wait on something to come through, and we'll get the job done.
Would you take a short notice fight? Because we've seen those happen recently. I think the card at the time we're recording this on Saturday, there's a couple fights that were just sort of made at the last minute. Is that something you're looking at?
It just depends on who. You know what I mean? If I take a short notice fight, I'd rather be against somebody with a name. You know what I mean? Like a high stake fight. You know what I mean? I'm not gonna take a short notice fight against somebody that who the hell is he type dude. You know what I mean?
Yeah, no, totally understandable. Have you been offered any short notice fights, or is it still they're trying to get you like a name and then actually promote it and all that stuff?
I haven't been offered a short notice fight, but I did try to step in there when I think Leon couldn't fight Tyrone.
Oh, gotcha. So you wanted to fight Woodley, yeah.
Yeah, I wanted to fight Willie, but Gilbert Burns took that one.
Yes, yeah. That's too bad, especially with the result. Right, yeah. Absolutely. Let's talk about COVID quickly. How much has that impacted you? Because I know you quit your job before your last fight. So how's that impacting you right now?
It's impacting a little bit. I actually started working right before COVID.
Oh, gotcha.
Because I foresee that I was going to be sitting on the bench for a while. So I was like, I need to start doing something to supplement that time. So I'm actually back working. I actually started working again after COVID on Wednesday. I'm going home right now to get ready to go to work again. But I'm still working. But like I said, COVID I feel like it was a blessing in disguise. I got to do things that I wouldn't normally be able to do. Like, you know what I mean? Got to have conversations and hang out with people on a level that I want to get to hang out with them at, and take time away from the gym, because nothing could keep me away from the gym. But COVID made me take a step back from the gym. So that was a blessing in itself, because I'm one of those dudes that I have to work. But COVID sat my ass down and told me to chill out, and I had to chill out.
And this is back at Moxie's you're working?
No, I'm actually back at Texas Roadhouse. I can't do Moxie's no more.
Okay.
The 2-3 o'clock in the morning, that kills me. It's not the work that kills me; it's the late nights that get me.
Right. So are you a waiter or cook, or what are you doing there?
I'm serving right now.
Server. Okay, got you. Because I know, so how has that been? Because I know you got to wear the mask, and then you got people to sit apart. How has that been?
Actually, it's not that bad. When I worked on Wednesday, we had to wear a mask, but none of the guests were wearing masks. And I was looking at them, and they didn't mind that I pulled my mask down. So I only put it on my face just for you know what I mean, the regulations. But everybody that's in the comes out to eat, they're not really that worried about the COVID. You know what I mean? So I'm pretty sure they're healthy. You know what I mean? We check our temperatures before we come to work, and I'm pretty sure they're being real proactive with their care, how they take care of themselves before they come out. So nobody's really too concerned.
And I guess with the mask, people don't recognize you as much, right?
No, not at all.
So that's good. It's probably better for you. You don't have to be aren't you that UFC fighter? What's going on here? So
right.
Yeah. Yeah, so that's a little bit good. I got to ask, though, because, obviously we're in weird times. Everyone's stressed out with COVID. Have you had any bad customer service experiences since COVID started?
No, not at all. Everybody's actually way more nicer since all this stuff's going on.
Yeah.
Way more friendly, way more willing to talk, and not as asshole-ish like they used to be.
There's a lot of changes happening right now in the world, a lot of protesting, and obviously as an African-American yourself, you been encouraged by some of the changes you've been seeing? We're seeing it even at the highest level now, people really, taking accountability for a lot of the things that are happening right now.
Yeah, it makes me happy, you know what I mean? Because for a while, you know what I mean, a lot of stuff that went on with black people, it kind of felt like we were nobody, you know what I mean? Because there's only so much that we can do, only so much that we can say as black people. But I'm really glad that there's a lot of white people that are now standing up for us, you know what I mean? Standing up with us, you know what I mean? They're hey, you know what I mean? Speaking out on racism. Because we can always speak out on racism so much, but when you get white people speaking out on racism, that means a lot. It means a lot to me, and it makes me happy seeing a lot of my white friends, a lot of these white celebrities and stuff, just saying you know what I mean? Because wrong is wrong. If you can't see that some shit's wrong, then there's something wrong with you. So it really makes me happy. Gives me a little bit of hope.
Have you encountered any racism recently? Just as a fighter, or just as an African American yourself, just going out and about? Have you experienced anything recently?
Not recently. I do get a little weird stares, but whenever I get those looks, I make it a point to start a conversation with that person. I was out and about one day, and there was this group of white people, and they were give me the mean look. So I just decided to walk up to them and spark a conversation. And I didn't let it go. You know what I mean? I stayed there. Even though they were uncomfortable, I knew they wanted to say something. I stayed there, kept a little friendly conversation, because what I'm going to do, get mad at them, start some shit with them, all that would do would make them even more racist than what they were, if they were. I'm just assuming that they were, but you know what I mean? It would have did nothing to help the cause, you know what I mean? Just by me having that friendly conversation with them, I'm pretty sure that did more than me slapping them in the face would ever do.
And they don't even know you're a UFC fighter, that you knock people up for a living.
They don't. That's the best thing about it.
Yeah, there you go. That's interesting. Speaking of that, so how are you training right now? Because I know when I talked to Safe a few months ago, the gym was closed. Is it open again, or are you still just doing training at home or training sort of at a friend's house? What are you doing there?
Everything is back like it used to be. We are doing the strength conditioning Monday, Wednesdays, Fridays. We got the same gym schedule now, so everything's starting to look good. It's my routines back in the mix, and I'm happy. happy to get back to the grind.
Is most of the team back in the gym as well?
Pretty much everybody's back. A couple of our teammates are hurt. We're not hurt, a little bit injured. I'm not going to say the names, but
of course, yeah.
They're getting rehab done or whatever. But for the most part, everybody's back.
I wanted to mention quickly, one of your teammates, Macy Chasson, a lot of people kind of piled on her for a comment she made. And, I thought it was a bit unfair because I know what Macy meant. She was saying that, look, like, I'm a fighter. I'm working my ass off. I'm very talented. And she was going after some fighters that maybe promote themselves a little bit more than actually fighting. I know what she meant there. What did you think of that whole thing as a teammate? Because it was unfortunate that people sort of went after her, but I know what she meant. It wasn't mean-spirited.
I know exactly what she meant. And I agree with her. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I agree with her. You know what I mean? Because what she pretty much trying to say is, like, all that other stuff is watering down what fighting is really about. Yeah, like it's about being the best fighter. It's about the talent, and all that other stuff kind of like waters that down. Like somebody with talent will get overlooked because somebody else looks better than them. You know what I mean? And that, like, as for her, that's bullshit. So I get it. It might have came off wrong, and people took it the wrong way. People don't know how to, like. If she would have had that same conversation in person with somebody, it wouldn't have went that way. The people on the internet, they're so quick to not really look into things. They just read it for face value and they just fucking attack you.
Yeah, but there's people that love that. Like honestly, that's why I barely put any opinions on Twitter, because like people will go out and they just like they're waiting in the shadows and they're like they can't wait till someone says something that you don't like, and then it's just this mob mentality. I don't like that. It's so annoying.
I hate it. I really hate it. That's why I don't like social media. Like, as much as people want me to post more on social media, I can't stand it because I post something and then I get these comments and I just can't stand it. If I wasn't a fighter, I would not have social media.
And people even hitting up your dad. I mean, this is something we talk about all the time because you guys have the same name.
Yeah, that stopped. He changed his name, so and then I think he deleted his Facebook, so that stopped.
That's good. That's good to hear. We talked about you going back to work. What about have you picked up any new hobbies during this quarantine at all?
No, same hobbies. I'm a gamer, so I've been getting a lot of gaming in during the quarantine.
What are you playing right
now? Call of Duty right now.
Excellent.
They have a new thing called the Warzone. Everybody's been on that, and it's pretty fun.
That's great. So ideal time to return. You said sort of August. When are you looking at? Like, what would be the perfect time for you to come back and fight?
I wanted like July. I think it's July 27th. That's when I wanted it, but it's starting to look more like August, so I'm gonna have to wait.
And an ideal opponent, who would be top of the list for you to fight, aside from the champ, obviously, but who would be the perfect opponent for you to return, in your opinion?
Top of the list is Michael Chiesa. That's top of the damn list. That's who I wanted to fight, and that fight makes so much sense. But for some reason, it doesn't make sense to him. He feels like he needs to fight Kobe Covington, which doesn't make fucking sense. But that's on top of my list. If not, I have Santiago Ponzinibbio. If not him, Wonder Boy. If not Wonder Boy, then Luque.
Okay, and how do you feel like you would match up against Chiesa if that fight was to happen?
Just got to keep it on the feet. Try to keep him from clinching me and avoiding my striking, and I'll get the job done.
Awesome stuff, Geoff. Always appreciate it, man. I know you got places to go, people to see. In the meantime, if you want to plug any social media, any sponsors, anything like that, man, the floor is yours.
I'm trying to figure out, because I had a website. I think it's www.hos.com. You can go there and you can check out all my sponsors and whatnot. My Twitter and Instagram is Hands of Steel, HANDZ of Steel MMA, and that's where you can find me.